and welcome to this episode of the Virtuous Woman Show. My name is Sheila Juma, and we're so delighted to be hosting you this wonderful Sunday evening. We hope you're doing well and you've had a great week from wherever you're watching us from. Please do let us know in the comment sections if you're watching online, where you are watching us from. We'll be happy to hear from you. This is the Virtuous Woman Show. We seek to inspire and empower women across Kenya and across Africa. If you are yet to follow us on our social media platforms, we are the Virtuous Woman Show across the board. That is Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. There's a bunch of content on YouTube for you. So if you can go ahead and subscribe, that will be a blessing, not just to us, but to you as well. If this is your first time watching, welcome. If this is your second, fourth, 10th time watching, thank you so much for always tuning in. I assure you this is going to be one very informative show. Today, we are talking about Women in Society Empowerment Organization. This is an organization that is headed by a wonderful woman. Her name is Sophie, and that's who we have on set today. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
So before we start, you can go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Hello everyone, my name is Sophie Hyuhu from Nakuru. Born and brought up here in Nakuru. I'm a wife, I'm a mother of two, and I lead an organization called Women in Society Empowerment Organization, in bracket WISE, which has been in existence since 2021.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome. We're so happy to be having you today.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about what WISE is, when you started and why you started.
Thank you, Sheila, for having WISE today.
Absolutely.
WISE was started in late back 2019, but registered in 2021.
Okay.
So just a brief history. I became a second mom in 2018, and from that point I suffered postpartum depression.
Yeah.
So it was during 2019 that Corona happened, and most of the girls had fallen out of school, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4.
Yeah.
And from the statistics then, Nakuru was number 2 from the late Magoha's statement.
Yeah.
So after undergoing postpartum depression, I thought of about these young girls who are becoming mothers,
Yeah.
dropping out of school, Corona. I was a mother for the second time and underwent postpartum depression. What about these girls who are not economically empowered? Maybe mentally they are not okay. What are they going through? So back then, after finishing high school, I did a hairdressing course.
Okay.
So I started wig making. I advertised in one of the platforms in Facebook. If you're a mother between 17 years and 25 years and wish to have a course for free, wig making course for free, kindly reach out to me. So I got so very much overwhelming responses, and we took so many girls. We trained them. By then I was in Nakuru West. So we started Empower them.
Which year is this? 2019?
This is 2019 now, during Corona. By this time, my baby was 1 year plus.
Okay.
Yeah. So we took them through the mental health training, just one-on-one discussion, making them feel like they were in a safe space. And then we empowered them economically by making wigs. We could make wig, sell at maybe 6,000. We give the woman 2,000 for her and her child. So all this was free. So when they went back to school, I got a call from Women with Disability. They told me, we have seen you're training young girls. So what about us, women with physical disability? Where do we fit? And most of us are not economically empowered. So that is when we registered WISE as an organization through the social department office. And then we moved to a better conducive place that could adapt the persons with physical disability, that is in Nakuru West, London. So basically we are there since 2021.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
What a great initiative. Could you kindly, very shortly, maybe take us through what you mean by postpartum depression and how did that look like for you?
PPD, you don't actually know when it happens. Yeah. So my children are 10 years apart, and by now I have a background in insurance, marketing option. So in insurance, what happens if you don't sell, you don't earn. We are paid on commission. So the whole journey made me to be a bit grounded. So my commission was going down. So we were only depending on one source of income. That is my husband's income. So basically, you're a woman. You're used to your own money. You're used to planning your own things in the house. So you all your expensive has been shifted to one person, whom he also has to see what is the priority. So internally, I didn't know I was going through PPD until I spoke out to my mom, who recommended me to a counselor. I went through counseling, and then from there is when I realized, oh, so this is how depression is after you give birth. These are things that you just hear, because now this baby came with her own responsibility that I had to give, and this is 10 years. You see, 10 years, this child is big. So you are grounded now, you have to be there full time. House helps are in and out. You have to, all your brain is here. So there's some bit of your mind that you detach from who you were before to it's like being a new mom. So these are the things these girls were going through during this period. You can imagine it's Corona, everything is grounded, they're not in school. So I entirely fit in their shoe and understood what they were going through. So that is basically PPD. You don't even know you're going through it until somebody else sees it or you speak out. So through counseling session, I bounced back, and the rest is, we are here now.
Wow, I like that you noticed what you're going through and said, if this is what I went through, what about younger girls? They must be having it as well. Okay, that's a really good thing. What is the mission for WISE?
Our main mission is to empower unprivileged women.
Okay.
We started with the young girls. So unprivileged women have their own circle. We have the young girls, we have the women with disability. Where basically WISE, we deal with women with physical disability. And in this bracket, a woman can be going through gender-based violence. We call them the 3 triple threats that are affecting Kenya. A woman can be having HIV, either raped or it's even as for married women, HIV you can just contract it in the house. And then we have the unwanted teenage pregnancy. We also have young girls who are physically disabled who have unwanted teenage pregnancy. So our main mission is to help the privileged women in all the 3 setups that we are trying to come against it. Yes.
All right. So what kind of things do you do? You said you used to do wig making.
Yes.
Is that something you're still doing?
Otherwise, we have 4 main economic empowerment skills. We have our main bread and butter, that is wig making, since we started back then, 2019. And then we have knitting. For the knitting, we do the gloves, the leg warmers, ponchos, and recently we started doing prosthesis breasts for cancer patients. We'll talk about that. And then we have beadwork, and we have tailoring. Yes, so we usually have a 4-month course, whereby when you come, for the first month you get to feel what wig making is. Then the next month you go to bead. By the time you're out of our organization, you'll identify yourself where you want to be. Yes, you can't just do all of them at the same time. So after that course, you decide, do I want to have the wig making, beadwork, tailoring, or the knitting. Yes.
Tell us about that cancer. You mentioned something with the cancer patients.
So what happened, I lost one of my auntie to cancer, breast cancer. And then when these women came on board, we were basically doing the wig making. So I saw the experience of her going through chemo. Chemo is where you get even your alopecia, hair loss.
You lose your hair.
So the main thing, biblically, even the Bible says, a woman is beautiful through what? Most of the hair. So if a woman's self-esteem is lowered, if you don't have what? Your hair. So as I saw my auntie went through that period of alopecia, losing the hair, something hit me. What is happening to these women in Nakuru County who are undergoing hair loss, cancer? So I approached my partners, Kenya Medical Association to date, and requested them, are you in a position to be helping these women? I have women with physical disability. They are also vulnerable in their own way. If by any chance you can be kind enough to be buying what you are doing, then we give the patient at the PGH, that is a level 5 hospital in Nakuru. Luckily, KMA came through. They bought the idea. So we have been giving wigs from 2021. We give it twice in a year. That is February, that is the Cancer Awareness Month or Prevention Month. And then we have October, that is the Breast Cancer Month, that we mainly do the campaign. So we gave 100 in February, 100 in October, and KMA, they purchase the wigs from us. So it's from one privileged and vulnerable woman to another vulnerable woman. So we make them feel, despite the fact you don't have hair, we've got you.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's very noble of you. The fact, and I like the fact that both parties are benefiting.
Yes.
The ones making the wigs and the ones who actually need the wigs.
Yeah, what we try to demystify is that you don't have to feel woye for me because I'm a PWD, and also because I'm a patient survivor, I don't have to have the woye factor.
Yeah.
So both women are vulnerable in their own way, but they complement each other.
True.
Yes.
True. How do you get your, I don't understand, they're not clients. They are the people who benefit from your organization. How do you said at the beginning that when you posted it on a first Facebook group, you got an overwhelming response. So right now, how do you get them into your organization?
I can say the PWD niche in Nakuru is very minimal.
Okay.
So they approached me after what they saw. That is something I least expected, because I expected maybe other women, maybe housewives. With all due respect, they're also good women. But I didn't expect to be consulted by persons with disability.
Okay.
So from there, I've been working closely with the NCPWD, National Council of Persons with Disability. And then there are so many groups, like in Nakuru West, there is a main group that their chairman is a friend of mine. It's called the Shaba Persons with Disability, where they have women. So it's a network, it's a chain that never drops, Once you finish with this one, they refer. So mostly referral work for us. And I've appointed them. Despite the fact I'm the founder of the organization, most of them hold the departments. I have a person with disability doing the wig, a person with disability doing the knitting. So they go and call in each other. Okay. So entirely depend on referral. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You're a registered company. I mean, are you an NGO?
Organization. Ours is a community-based organization. Okay. It's a CBO.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you have structure in terms of employees? How big is it?
As you've heard, we just started the other day, the registration bit. Having paperwork and going to the ground is totally different. Because we have been working on the ground, but depending on philanthropists, well-wishers. So having registered in 2021, that is when we started laying our structures. It's still a young organization, but we mainly depend on well-wishers and few partners here and there. So we give most of our women stipends. When we have apart from the economic empowerment, we also have something we empower them, something we call the learning skills on sexual reproductive health, SRHR. They should know their rights when they go to the PGH or any other hospital, how they can access these facilities. So we have partners who come on board. We give them stipend, we give them the information, we give them information of maybe family planning. We have some who are HIV, how to take their meds. So we are working as a consortium of partners. So we can't just say like we have employees. Yes.
That makes sense. If you're watching this and you know someone who would benefit from this kind of program, or you yourself would benefit from this kind of program, at the end of the show we will be giving out contacts where you can reach Sophie here and get into her organization, or even get to know more about what she does. So please stick around, don't go anywhere. At the end of the show you'll get all this information so that you can be able to reach out and help yourself or help a friend. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a very, very short break. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying tuned. You're watching the Virtuous Women Show, and today we are talking about WISE. WISE means Women in Society Empowerment Organization. This is led by a wonderful woman. Her name is Sophie, and she has been with us on this show, and she's telling us all about her organization and how they have been able to help women with disabilities who are mothers or young mothers who are probably going through postpartum depression. And so we are here to continue with that same conversation. All right. So before the break, you were telling us about WISE, and I wanted to ask you to give us, maybe in your experience, some success stories, women who've come into your organization, and where they are now is a much better place than when they came in.
Okay. During Corona, after training the young mothers, some of them went back to school, cleared Form 4. And we walk the journey with them. So we would get well-wishers to do something we call a starter pack. So if you're doing, by then we are basically doing wigs only. So we would buy them the tools they needed to market and to start their own business. So right now I have like I can say like 5. One who is in Dubai doing that.
Okay.
She's a house girl, but she's still the, what do you call them? She still do the wig during her free time. She's allowed by her boss. Then we have one who went to Uganda, who was operating an M-Pesa, but she also posts her work. She also does wig while she is still there. So we can say we are happy. We have so many success stories that if you have somebody who is in Uganda and selling the wigs through Wise, another one who is still maybe she's a house girl, but she still does the wig making in her house. So to us, that is a very good success story. Coming to the women with disability, so that is where we are now. We have so many, most of them working from home, but we have really big up our game in matters marketing online. Okay. So most of them, they do their products, I market for them. We have our Facebook page, the Women in Society Empowerment, where we market our products there. Some we have encouraged them through our partners. We have trained them on how to market their products online, TikTok. We have them in Kaptembwa. We have a tailor in Kaptembwa. Another one in Lanet who does the knitting. So basically we can say we have good success story where we can point, this one is doing this one is doing that, and we are happy for them.
Wow.
Yes.
I have a question concerning the money aspect. You said you gave, for example, if you sold a wig for 6,000, you would give the lady 2,000. Yes. The 4,000 would go back into the organization.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
This is for products.
Yes.
Okay.
Because now you see, we also under a rental place. Yeah. These are the logistics that are taken care of. But we train for free.
Yeah. Okay.
We are training for free. Okay. All the materials you are getting them there.
Yeah.
So you can imagine training a person with all the braids. You have to go and purchase. So where's the money coming from? Yeah. And at this point, we don't even have a partner. Yeah. So we had to give like a 60-40, so that the 60 can make the office run. True. So that we can incorporate other. Well, the 40, at least just the work of their labor. That is the bit economic empowerment you can do. You can imagine if you're selling 3 wigs per week, that is 6,000. True. It is enough money even for maybe a rental of 3,000 for the food. Yeah. And after the session, we allow them to go and work from home, where they still earn. So they do the wig, we sell for them, they give us the commission, they remain. Now it is 40 for us, it's 60 for them. Okay. Because of the market, we have a very wide range of market. Yes.
All right. And when a woman comes into, because I remember the thing that inspired you to come into this organization or to found it is your experience with postpartum depression. Yes. So when you find women who are going through that, do you offer counseling? What do you do when it comes to that?
What we can say about Wise, they even tell me, teacher, this is the best place. There's one who was telling us when we're just around the table, nilikuwa naosha vyombo nikakumbuka vitu zenye huwa tunaongea hapa na cheka. Number one, our space is very safe. Very, very safe. I like that. And the best thing with women, once we talk, it is out of our chest and in our mind. You don't know how healing. You get an instant healing. But if there are cases that I feel this is too escalated, personally, I'm not a trained counselor. I just forward it. Okay. We have so many partners who are a part of us also. I just forward it, but you don't need to let everybody know that she's undergoing counseling, because I also underwent counseling, and it's something very private. After she has gone through counseling and she's back, and now she can talk about it herself. That is when the rest will know, so you are going through this, we didn't even know, no unakaa tu uko sawa. So it even becomes an encouragement to others. So we have a channel that we take them through. If it's so bad, they come, and then I know where to take them. Okay. But other than counseling, we usually just sit around the table, laugh, talk, speak out, then you go home as all the burden is out.
And also that provides community for them.
Yes, we have that bond. In fact, we have that bond because we not only take women with disability from London, because we are based in London. We have Nakuru East, we have Bahati, Lanet, and Nakuru West now, maybe others from Shabam. So they all come from different areas. We're only there by physical location, but we embrace and adapt all the women. Wow. Yes, who feel to be part of us. Yes.
All right. What are some of the challenges that you have experienced in this journey?
So the challenges, it has not been easy. Yeah. Number one, because the transition coming from the young mothers to persons with disability. And it is in this area that I learned something, Sheila. We are all disabled in all aspect. It's only that ours is unseen. You could be seated there, but something is not right with you, but we can't see it. These women, they're physically disabled, we can see, but we keep pointing fingers. So the challenges was to adapt to be with them and remove the woye factor. Because I'm just seeing this one is using a wheelchair, this one is using this. So number one, my main challenge was to work on me and realize that even if this person is disabled, I also maybe have my own disability that they are not seeing. So I had to work on myself first, how to adapt them. Because even most people said, ask, why si mlemavu unafanyanga nini na mlemavu? You can imagine. So that was challenge number one. So after learning how to live with them, we have come to see how to live with each other. Number two is how...
So, sorry to cut you off. Let me just understand what you're saying. You said you wanted to remove the voyeur factor from your mind when you see them or when you... Why is that important?
Naturally, for we who we are not disabled, we tend to think they cannot do anything. Even to reason on their own. So I would say maybe somebody's trying just to get into the room to put the seat in. Watch out and say, no, teacher, I can do it. Teacher, let me do this. You see, because we are quick to judge them, just sit back, let that woman, this woman is running her own house when you're not even there. So what makes you think now because she's in the office, that you can just, no. So that is what I keep telling people. I'm also disabled. It's only that it is invisible. You can't see. So it is the seen and the unseen. So in fact, the unseen is worse because it could be mental. So the seen, at least you can cope with it. So after working with myself and then, now we are okay. You know, we relate and the voyeur thing, in fact, disappeared. Even the voyeur factor that we even had for the cancer patient, no, these are women just like us. So tunaingiana vizuri sana now. Yeah, so that is challenge number one, but I overcame that, thank God. Number two is the financial constraints, because now we find that we are on and off. We are on and off mostly during holidays. We have to close because most of them are taking care of their kids. But this other time, getting these products, the materials, everything. At times you get so overwhelmed. They have come many numbers, but we cannot give them all of them. Accommodate them. So the financial bit, we are trying, at least not to constrain so much, but we also get well-wishers to help us. Number three is making their voice to be heard. But the fact that I'm not a disabled person, yes, these women are undergoing challenges, and I try to speak out for them. But I'm not the shoe wearer because I'm not disabled, but we want to raise their voice to be heard. The quota bit that these people are supposed even to be incorporated in the assembly, that the government sees the persons with disability should have this, should do this, it has not come out clearly. We are really trying to see how we can adjust to some policies, sit down with some stakeholders on how these women can be part of the table. Yes, because mostly they're usually represented by men, yet they are the ones who are affected by whatever we are discussing. So those are the kind of challenges we're trying to come through.
Where do you see WISE in the next few years? What do you think about how it's going to expand? What's your vision for the future?
As a beacon of hope, we are really trying to change the narrative of women with disability. So in the future, because now we are currently living now, we want to have an organization that when a woman with a disability will just think of having a safe space, we'll have to think of WISE. Be it in Nakuru County, be it in Kenya, be it international. We want to make that space of women with disability clearly visible and visible with impact, whereby we get women who are well empowered, women who are well informed, women who are financially stable. We want to remove the narrative of persons with disability has to suffer. A person with disability ni maskini. Yes, we don't want that narrative. So we want to become a future whereby when somebody hears of WISE, and the woman is with a disability, she will resonate and say that is a place I came from, or that is a place I want to be, or that is a place I want to build up myself and associate with. So that is where we are looking at holistically empowering women with physical disability. Yes.
I really pray that you go beyond what you think and what you imagine, because that's what the Bible says. God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we think.
Yes.
Because what you're doing is really, I'm very inspired as we talk, because it's a vision that God gave you and you have seen it through, and it's causing impact. It's making impact that we can see. So I really pray for you that God will open those doors for you. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
You talked about funding. So at this moment, I'd like you to let us know where we can get you, where we can contact you from, and then also tell us how people can support.
So, number one, we have our Facebook page.
Okay.
Kindly visit our Facebook page, that is Women in Society Empowerment Organization. You will see what we have done there with other partners. Number two, at this point, I want to thank the Nakuru County Government under the Office of Gender and Inclusion and the Department of Health, whom we have partnered closely. They have recognized us as an organization, and they have helped us also to be seen. They have really increased our visibility to partners. So currently we are having partners that are not fully funding us, but is a partnership whereby when we have a program of passing information, the contact-wise, we bring women with disability, the information is disseminated to them, and then at least from there they get we call it like an allowance or something. So I want to thank the county government through the two office. Number three, if there's any partner up there who would want to partner with us and help these women and empower them further economically and all the basic program that we're offering, this is our contact. So 0785 66 3100, 0785 66 3100. That is our WhatsApp line. You can either call, text, or WhatsApp. It will come directly to me. Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you so much, Sophie. This has been a very inspiring show. We are really glad to have had you. Usalimie hawa mama sana from Virtuous Women Show.
Yes.
And we hope to see them one day.
Maybe
we'll come one day. Thank you so much for staying tuned. This has been the Virtuous Women Show. I just want to speak to someone out there who's watching. If you're there and God is speaking to you to do something concerning other people, concerning creation, to go and do it. You don't know who is out there waiting for you to take that first step, to make that move, to better their lives. So don't be afraid to step out. Take this story as an inspiration and do what God has called you to do. See you next time, same place, same time. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.